We are back here at osmvdxreviews.com, and today we're giving you a first look at our video review of the Space Bag to Go, which is basically a bag that can compress all the air out of your shirts and soft clothes and material, and then it compresses it into a thinner profile because there's less air and mass and not mass, but there's less mass and certainly volume inside of the bag, so that when you place it onto a luggage or your suitcase or your carry-on, it becomes, you can carry more stuff. Now that the airlines are charging more for your room and for more luggages, this is going to save you some money, and it does help, which is surprising. I'm really breaking my personal record by reviewing another as seen on TV product, because I'm usually wary to buy stuff I see promoted on TV. That's for a few reasons, but this is inexpensive. It's going to run you this model, the Space to Go, this version right here. I purchased actually at a lot of vendors. You can get it for fairly inexpensive, for around $10. You can pick up, you can pack 2 times as much stuff, where they say. Actually, you really can't, but you do compress a lot of stuff, but you can't get 2 times as much. We'll talk about that in a second. You can, it's a deal for jackets, coats, anything soft. You get 2 carry-on sizes, and you get 2 luggage or full sizes. And there you go. You can carry 2 times as much. It tells you how much of each you can carry in each size, which is kind of nice, supposing that you have the standard size. Okay, so this is what we're going to show you. This is actually the carry-on size, which makes sense. It's fairly small. You can fit a few shirts in here and socks. This is the luggage size, which is a lot larger, and it's nicer because you can fit it as one sheet into the bottom of your luggage, and you can pile them up layer by layer if you want to bring some clothing along with you, and that's great. Another claim that Space Bag to Go it offers is that it's water resistant. We've tested that this also works fairly well. If you dump the device in the bag in water, your clothing inside is not going to get very wet, so it's well protected, although we're not really sure why you would want to do that. It does say it's airtight, which means that the you're basically squeezing the air out through this end. You can't really, because it does mean that there's no air going in if there's no water going in, which is a good guarantee test. They say that a vacuum is a place where there's certified to be no air, where there's no air molecules or no gas molecules. It's a place where there's only just your device or just your solid state in here, which is it shows that there's no air getting in because no water is going in, and that's pretty nice. So especially if you want to, I haven't tried this, but it's kind of risky. I know there's those bags where you can play in iPods, you can put in cell phones. This might also work. You can put in your stuff, and then you can take it to the beach. It's not going to get too wet. All right, so let's just show you how this works. If we open, I'm just going to use the normal carry-on size because I don't have too much hands right now open because I'm holding the camera. And you basically, the first step is to unlock the Ziploc-like barrier that's holding the bag to itself. Let me really fast just take you over here so I can clean up my hands and open up the space in general. Let's see if I can place this here. Alright, so the first step is to open up the barrier. It's a double Ziploc design, so it's going to have 2 layers where you can just prop this open on one end. It's a plastic barrier. I think to note, this bag actually looks kind of different from what they promote on TV and on their website. On the website, this tab looks blue. I know this is a very minor difference, but still, it's kind of different. This is a version, of course, with no vacuum needed, which is another pro of the Space Bag to Go, is that you don't need to get something like a vacuum just to suck out all the air, or a proprietary vacuum, as a lot of companies want to sell you bags and $50 just to buy the vacuum, which is disappointing. Okay, so I've got a jacket with me right now, which is a green Costco jacket. If we just place it, I switched back to the suitcase size because I couldn't fit it, I think, in the normal size. And then, so you fit everything in here, and then you'll notice there's a stop line, which means you don't want any more clothing that's above the clothing line. So that's something you want to make sure. You also want to make sure that your clothes are fairly neat and tucked in. I'm just kind of messy right now, but you should make sure when you're actually using this product that it's going to be nicely compressed so that you don't actually have any issues with when you take it out, there's not going to be too many wrinkles, because it is going to get a lot of wrinkles. You don't want to get too much, at least with this product. Alright, so we want to zip out anything else. And then you basically take the end of the zipper and you press the bag in, and you keep on squeezing. You can hear the air coming out of the other end as we roll the bag forward. You want to do this slowly and repeatedly until you think you have all the air pushed out. As you can tell, no air is coming in as we're getting through because there's less and less air, which is pretty interesting. The instructions are also printed directly on the bag, which is fairly easy to read. There's some air in here, so we want to make that coming out. The valve that's holding it doesn't really look like a valve, it's just this piece of plastic, which is interesting as well. And I can probably keep on squeezing it, but it's about as much as I want to warrant as tight. You can play around definitely and get more air out of this. So you'll squeeze it and try to pry it open again, and then place in your suitcase. So the result of a huge jacket really does squeeze down. You can squeeze it down even more. So it does squeeze down to a very small size. Just not sure this is actually 2 times the size of the original. It gets very thin, it gets very small. It's really easy to use and it's watertight. We would recommend this product overall because there's no vacuum needed, and vacuums are kind of a nuisance, so this is on the go. It's easy to use. One of the cons is that these bags feel really small to me, and you can't fit a ton of stuff, but they do work fairly nicely. You don't get a lot of bags in each purchase of a package, and also that the stop line is fairly large. But air doesn't get back in, and it does what it's advertised to do, so we can really only recommend this product. You can check out their website, check out our full review on our website, more detailed, a written review about the Space Bags to Go. This is the suitcase or the traveling version. There's also other versions that have real valves where you press it out and they look like little boxes or squares. These are sheet versions where you place them on layer by layer, and they should work pretty well as well. Thanks for watching. Please read our full review.